Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which today toys with the idea of making overtures to Rob Brydon to come on the show to be taught how to impersonate people from Northern Ireland by Coilis Interruptus. But the presenter fears, based on past experience of other showbiz personalities, that Rob Brydon may not just be a nice person, although the presenter has no reason to think that. He's just, well, paranoid. Cruise of the Gods features Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan, and it's the beginning of their partnership, basically. And I think this will resonate with you. Mm-hmm. Rob Brydon goes on a cruise with all his fans.
Oh, that sounds good.
Does that sound familiar?
Oh, I know that one. Is he a fallen star?
Yes, he's a fallen star. He was in a kind of a Star Trek movie, and him and Steve Coogan were in it together. And then it was cancelled, right? And then he didn't really fare very well after that. So he went down and down. But eventually, the fan club of this particular show, Russell Brand is in it. It's very funny. And it's very funny. I turned in Eric Bell there for a moment. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
It just automatically morphed into him. I was talking about it. It's a wonderful movie. Anyway, it's funny how you kind of morph in talking about impressions and you're talking away like that, and then suddenly you say a word that reminds you of a man and you turn into somebody else. Anyway, and then he went on, you see, but the only thing I didn't like about that movie was he meets Steve Coogan again under very unusual and unbelievable circumstances. I won't tell you about the movie, but Steve Coogan is now famous in Hollywood, and he's not. But he was on the cruise and everybody was annoying him. Does that ring a bell? Being on a cruise and everybody annoying you?
No one annoyed you because you never come out of your cabin.
Well, when I did come out, they annoyed me.
They did not.
What do we want? Uniqueness. When do we want it? At suitably convenient times for every unique individual. I'm just saying to you...
Did you read Rob Brydon's book?
I didn't. As a matter of fact, I didn't see Rob. I was unaware that he had a book out.
Yeah, well, they talked about that last night. And
what's the book called? Can you recall?
I really can't remember. And
well, listen, seriously, if I contact his people,
yes,
I would like to interview him, but I don't want to interview him like a straight interview.
Oh.
No, you'll have to
came
teach
across
him.
a bit of crack.
Oh, no, I like him. But you see, the worst thing about the worst thing about that, when you see people on TV, now I've learned this the hard way. Mm-hmm. You look at people on television, you say, "Oh, I like him. He's really good. I'd love to meet him." And then you meet him, and he's very hateful. Sometimes the personality they give off on television is not what they are. I mean, I have to say that I've been disappointed on a number of occasions, and sometimes the more you admire the person, the more hateful they are. The presenter's scalp is acting up, perhaps going on strike for more hair. Janet has noticed an anger on the cranium that may have to be investigated by medical experts. Janet says I've got an angry head.
Yes. I must tell Emma this. Janet wanted me to inspect his scalp this morning. She
Apparently
said, his scalp. She said your scalp's very angry. Very red. See, you know exactly what Janet meant.
Well, things have happened to my
scalp. Go over and
scalp.
have a look at his scalp. And I said, no. This was in the kitchen over a cup of tea.
No, but
things, me to look at his scalp.
You don't know what's happened to my scalp over the weekend. It's very angry. I was insulted on a number of occasions. Right. Hello. Good morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That sounded too aggressive there. Good morning. How are you?
Not too bad.
What can we do for you today? We haven't started the program yet, so you're on the program before it starts.
No worries.
But you're on the air, even though we've been on the air for 20 minutes, but the program hasn't started yet, so feel free to say whatever you like.
No, we're just warming up. Basically, enjoyed Early Patterson the other day, Friday night, and enjoyed your company. We managed to get ourselves a table beside a couple of other people who didn't buy us drink, but just to say that the concert was fantastic, and you were good company yourself.
Was I talking to you?
Oh, yes.
Were you the gentleman I was sitting talking to?
Oh, yes. I was very impressed whenever you put your hand in your wallet as well. That nearly knocked me off my seat.
Do you witness this?
Yes.
I want you to say now.
Right.
I'm not quite sure. Did I buy you a drink?
You did indeed.
Yeah, you hear that?
To dispel the rumours.
Now, wait a minute now. Well, who are we talking to here now? Wait a minute now. Stall the wind. Paul.
Right,
yes.
Paul. Right, right. You then you sit down and stand. Who bought
Be careful, there may be trick questions here.
No, there will not. Who bought the first round, Paul?
Well, whenever I met a celebrity, I bought the first round, but in fairness,
yes,
champagne was flowing and managed to get his hand in his wallet.
You bought the first
He's trying to
round.
catch you, Paul. Be careful.
You bought the first round.
Say yes,
right, Paul?
Say yes, Paul.
I did indeed. Yes.
What did it consist of? Yeah, but you just you and Jerry.
Finest,
forget about the company.
The finest bottle of wine for Mr. Anderson and the finest pint for myself.
A bottle of wine you bought him?
Small bottle.
A small bottle of wine.
Small bottle, right now.
He's trying to catch you. He's trying to catch you.
No. And the next round, who bought that?
You did.
Who bought the next round, Paul?
He did.
You see, I don't want to...
no, come on, Paul.
You're dispelling his generosity.
Paul, don't be afraid of him. Tell him the truth. Don't be afraid of him.
You bought the next round, Paul.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Paul.
So it's 2 rounds. It's 2 rounds you've bought now, Paul. Who bought the third?
Well, you see, this is it. This is where he impressed me, because he actually bought me a double round.
There!
What do you mean he bought you a double? He bought you 2 pints?
No, I was on the old Sun Comfort bet stage, so he bought me a double Sun Comfort, so I was impressed by the man.
What have you got to say to that?
Right, okay.
You see, that's blowing the wind out of your sails.
Right, and was that the end of the drinking?
He's not giving up, Paul.
No, was that the end of the drinking?
Yes, it was.
That's all I can remember.
That's all you can remember. You see?
See the way he tries to catch you?
That's all I remember. No further questions.
You see, you failed there.
No further questions.
No, you failed there.
No.
Hand over to the prosecution.
All right, go on then.
Okay, I submit that you...
No, ask Paul.
I'm
not on trial. You can't question me.
I submit that you attacked that man when he came on, and that you had made up your mind before you got the
Objection, Your Honour. Objection.
Where is he? Where's Your Honour?
Objection.
There is no Your Honour.
Yes.
I submit that you...
No, objection.
Sat upon that man.
Objection.
Overruled.
No, you can't overrule me.
Well, I'm not sustaining it either, so shut up.
Objection sustained.
Paul, I'm sorry you had to listen to this. A strange hand has interfered with Coilus Interruptus' entry on Wikipedia. It contains grave calumnies which, upon closer examination, resound with the ring of truth.
Raymond Finnegan, the lorry driver, says thank you for playing that version. He prefers that.
Raymond Finnegan is in again.
That's what I thought too.
Indeed.
There was a wee man called Raymond Finnegan. He grew whiskers on his Finnegan. The wind came out and blew the minigan. Poor old Raymond Finnegan.
Finnegan's Wake.
Begin again.
Finnegan's Wake, James Joyce.
And
did you ever try and read that?
No.
Very difficult.
And I prefer Willie Nelson and...
But to James Joyce?
And Kimmy Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. So do I.
Version of
Here, listen, do you ever look at Wikipedia?
Fred Clark. A big thank you to Fred from his wife Jean. Thanks for everything, she says. All right? No.
What?
Wikipedia.
Did you ever look at it?
From time to time. I can't say I haven't looked at it.
Do you know there was an entry in it about you, but it was erased, deleted recently? But this man rescued it.
What?
No, this is true, yeah. I'll read it. Background. Sean Coyle is a multi-award-winning and much sought-after veteran radio broadcaster and celebrity from Derrystoke, London. No, this is true. This is genuine. I'm not making this up. No, people, you can write whatever you want on Wikipedia. You know that, don't you? Yeah.
No.
Some people work out on it. I mean, if I go on to Wikipedia and I go to my Wikipedia entry, I can change it.
Apparently I had a Facebook.
Well, that's a different thing. His career, broadcasting.
No, I mean, a person was pretending to be me.
Oh, I know that. I know all about that. That was me. No, I know about that. That can happen. His career, which has spread over 3 decades. His communion money, which has been spread over 3 decades.
Well, you like that, don't you?
During which time he rose to become the most popular face on BBC Radio Ulster. You see, that's a little jab there. In a recent interview with Gay Byrne, Coyle tearfully recalled how Anderson repeatedly held back his succession within the corridors of Foyle Radio. Jerry was popular, but sniff. I always felt it was his envy of me, take tissue to right eye, that bore through when it came to activities in the radio. He was constantly at the management making claims of my theft of stationery. Well, this is true. You've stolen an awful lot of envelopes. I had to bring it to the attention of the people on the 6th floor. He even claimed that I put a computer monitor down my jumper and walked out pretending to be pregnant.
All right.
Coyle presents the biggest show in the country with hundreds of thousands of listeners in his 3 p.m. slot. Of course, that's true. A similar claim, that shows you how recent that was, because you didn't do a 3 p.m. slot. When did you start your 3 p.m. slot?
A year ago.
Just to get away from Hugo. Mm-hmm. A year ago.
Uh-huh.
Is it that long?
It is indeed.
My, how the time flies. A similar claim that fellow host Stephen Nolan falsely holds on to. Nolan and Coyle's relations have soured in recent years over the claims and came to a head one night after a bitter on-air row on Radio 5 witnessed by the entire nation. Following requests to run for Parliament and the Irish presidency, Coyle says no and has appeared to settle into a joint role with Anderson in the morning slot. Whilst the two seem to have put the past behind them, it remains to be seen how long this will last. You know, I regret it now not running for the presidency.
There's a man on one.
7 years, that would do me. You know? And you get free grub. Were you ever in Ars Nocturna?
I wasn't.
You were indeed. Oh, you were?
No, I wasn't.
Were you not?
No.
Well, did you not tell me you were?
I did not tell you I was.
I don't recall going to Ars.
I certainly don't remember if I was there.
If I have been in Ars Nocturna, I certainly
don't remember the president.
She's coming to the President of Ireland, Mary McAleese. She's coming to Derry, Stoke, Londonderry, I think, tomorrow.
Yes.
She's going up to visit David Latimer.
Yes.
In is Christchurch, the First Presbyterian Church?
First Presbyterian.
That'll be nice.
I'm going.
What?
I'm going. I've been invited.
You've been invited? By whom?
By Reverend David.
Why did he not invite me?
I don't know.
I wonder why. Because after all, the President's a friend of mine. Nature, wild and red in tooth and claws, often laid bare in this programme. No sentimentalist he. Geordie Tuft tells it like it is. Warts, berries and all.
Could you please ask Geordie, does he know why this is? Why is there berries on the bush?
Because Mother Nature has decided that there shall be red berries on her bush. That's the way things are. Geordie, why is there red berries in her bush?
Because, Jerry, it's on its own. It needs a wee mate.
The bush needs a mate?
It's on its own.
There you are.
And it's putting out as, like, preen, itself and say, maybe I'll get a mate here.
It's saying help. It's like a man wearing a wig.
That's right.
Yeah, looking for attention.
Well, that's what it is.
It's like Omo. You know that story you tell off.
My wee rusty hobo.
No, Geordie, no. It's another thing entirely. What was the other query? On the phone, did you say?
No, wait a minute. The line dropped out. Hold on.
It dropped out.
Eh?
The line dropped out.
The stoat? What about the stoat? Yes. Oh, Rodney wanted to ask Geordie about the stoat.
Why don't you just give him Rodney's number?
No, you see, that's you all over. Why don't you go away and just have a good rub at your head?
Stop it. We had a lot of stoat talk yesterday. Did we get enough stoat talk yesterday? Why have to bring it up, drag it up again?
Because Rodney, is that Rodney, Emma? Rodney wants to talk to Geordie. He got no satisfaction whatsoever from you.
Is he there now?
Because you're in one of your own moods.
I'm not in one of my moods. I just don't realise why. You know what the BB said? Delivering quality first? Well, delivering repetition first?
She's away
the
again.
other person.
See, hung up, you see.
Yeah,
we're trying. That's you, because people are now afraid of you. People feel a friendly voice with Geordie, and they feel as though they can ask Geordie questions, and he helps them. You, old grumpy head.
Redhead.
Old redhead. What's wrong with you today?
There's nothing wrong with me
Yes,
today.
there is. There's something wrong with
I
you.
just don't see why you must
No,
always
because
make
you
me-
were complaining the other day, and I'm not going to say what it was. Don't you worry now. Don't worry.
About that other thing?
You said to me you can't get a good...
Stop it.
Yeah, you understand?
Okay.
There's something trapped in you, and you can't... You know what
Stop
I'm talking
it.
about.
Stop it.
And you know.
Stop it. That's enough.
That's what's wrong with you.
I know,
You've
it's all
trapped
right.
wind.
Stop it. It's not that.
That's probably what's making your head red.
Leave my head
Probably
out
on
of it.
fire, and inside you're like a volcano about to erupt. That fart's going to come out through your head.
That'll be a first.
That's what's going to happen to you.
I've got an angry head.
You've got trapped wind.
My head might erupt. Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.